Yo, what's up guys, Unicron the Destroyer here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Leader Class Age of the Primes Unicron Soldier. I got this figure off of eBay, and there is no box with it, so I don't know how they got it, but here he is. So let's just dive right into the figure, and we'll start off with the just overall look at it. Alright, so starting off with the figure itself, we're just going to take a look at him so far. So, yes, this is a retool of the Megatronus mold, but overall, in my opinion, they picked a really good mold. So first, the main retooling you can see is the shoulders. Like, they had like the kind of Unicron tank from the Cybertron, that type of design figure for that. This is a retooled chest for like the screen. That's like an entirely new, like not based on anything. The Unicron symbol. They did get rid of the hip skirts, so it is kind of weird that they're just there. It's a really glossy black. You can kind of see it on camera. Like, it's not really anywhere else on the figure. It's just like really glossy there. It's just Megatronus feet at the bottom. It's nice purple and orange throughout though, and a little bit of gray. So like the color scheme itself I think is really good. Obviously we have a new head sculpt. The horns do like move around. I don't know why. They don't come off though. From the back, he's arguably, like, he looks clean. It's just kind of a weird, honestly, it just looks more like a jetpack or something on the back. But overall, I really like how he looks, and now we can just get into all of his accessories and stuff. So let's take a look. All right, so as for accessories, we have 4 spikes, which you can arrange in a number of places. We'll get to those later. This half Megatronus gun, which is, yeah. These 2, like, new new guns, as far as I know, they haven't really made these before. Like, these are new molds, which kind of, it's sad they kind of suck. They're just hollow on the bottom. And then just the Megatronus spear, 2 parts without the spark extractor on the end. So, yeah, those are all his accessories. Pretty decent selection. It's just kind of not the best selection. So now we'll just get into the articulation of the figure, and I'll show you how, like, all this can go on the figure. So let's do that. Alright, so here he is all kitted out with his accessories, and yes, I don't like the guns being on the sides of the legs either. I honestly just don't even put them on mine because they kind of don't really fit this guy, and I'm not putting them on like the gun formation. But I do like this claw you can do. Either you can put, as you can see, I put these 2 spikes up here, but you can put these 2 on like the lower legs if you wanted to, and then put these guns on like his Timu Megatronus blaster, but I wouldn't. I personally don't like the look of that. So this is how he looks with all of his accessories. So we're just going to use this as a segue for his articulation. So just for the sake of articulation, I'm just going to take these guns off and put them on here. And so we'll start at the top. So head is on a, from what I can tell, I can't tell if it's a universal joint or a ball joint. I think it's a ball joint because of how like it articulates. So you get that much up, not really any down, because they sculpted into the neck, which almost looks like a double chin. Complete 360, and then like some okay side to side. These blades at the back also articulate, but I don't really know why you would want to do that. It's just the Megatronus mold though, but like complete rotation there, over 90 degrees out. You get a bicep swivel that can do a whole 360. Teensiest bit over 90 degree of bend at the elbow. Wrist is on a ball joint, so you can do a 360 there. It's just surprisingly tight on my copy. You can do it though. And then obviously the open and closing hands for that. He does have a waist joint, which goes a complete 360. The hips go over 90 degrees forward and like right at 90 back, or not 90, they go all the way forward and all the way back. You get teensiest bit over 90 at the knee. There is a lower and upper swivel. This one goes like that far, and then really good ankle tilt. So you can get this guy into some pretty dynamic poses, which is what I will do. And then after that, we will take a look at him in his alt mode. So let's just get into the poses, and then we'll show you the alt mode. 'Cause we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution.
yeah, we want retribution. Oh yeah, we want retribution. Yeah, we ran out of patience. Boil up with the cold hard hatred. I can feel the vibration. Feet in the streets, it's a new sensation. I wanna break faces on the pavement. I wanna make greatness look complacent. Adrenaline awakened, I can taste it. We can make an impact, grab and then take it.
Alright guys, here we have Unicron in his, Unicron Soldier in his tank mode, and I'm gonna be honest, this is not the best looking alt mode. This guy's definitely meant to be displayed in his robot mode. This really just feels like an afterthought. I will say, when I was transforming this, the hinges on the thighs here were super tight. I thought I was gonna break my figure because they snapped, or they made a loud snapping sound when I did it. This is the first time I've transformed it, and I'm gonna be honest. You do have to shift his accessories around, like the claw. I mean, you could keep these on the claw, but I think it looks a little better in this. And then his turret is just, oof, man. Like, this really just does feel like an afterthought. It doesn't even really look like a tank if you look at it from, like, half of these angles. Like, the only thing that kind of makes it a tank is, like, the same thing Megatronus had, where this, like, can go 360 and all that. But I'm gonna be honest, I've seen better. So this is his tank. So now let's just get him. Well, we'll look at him a little more. You still have all that. The symbol's now upside down, which is kind of awkward. I wish they like tooled that to where it could maybe do like a 180, so he could face the front. It's just basically Megatronus. There's his head, so the horns just fold down to like accommodate for that. It's not poking out though, but you could have it poking out if you want it to be funny like that. And then yeah, so there it is. There's no really like good place to put this unless you like switched the arm and like hugged it onto the side, but I'm not gonna do that. So this is the tank, yeah. Well, let's just put him back in robot mode and we'll do some size comparisons. All right guys, so we're just gonna jump right into some size comparisons. So first off, we have Cybertron Deluxe Class Tank Unicron. As you can tell, there's definitely design like similarities, especially with the shoulders here and here, and the claws, although his are better. So it's just gonna give you a quick back to back, side to side, and front to front, which leads us into our next comparison. That being the Armada KO Unicron. As you can see, he's like half the height. So let me know if you guys want to see a review on this, by the way. I haven't seen many videos on it, so I was just curious. But there's his size comparison. We're just gonna do like a quick side to side here, back to back, make sure I don't hit his wings. And I'm not gonna do front to front because it's hard enough to do that. But as you can see, he's like twice the size of this guy, who is twice the size of Megatronus, which leads us into our next size comparison. So here we have him next to Megatronus. I think that Megatronus still wears the mold the best, but here, just a little quick side to side, back to back, and front to front. The backpack gives him just the slightest, like, itty-bitty bit of height on Megatronus, but if you were gonna get this mold, I'd still say get this one instead. So moving on to our next size comparison, we have More Than Meets the Eye Collection Starscream. So we're just gonna, and he fell over. We're just gonna go side to side, back to back, and front to front. If you do want to get an MTMTE Starscream, CMD store does have him in stock. He shipped relatively quick to me, about a week, so if you want that guy, let me know. I'll probably do a video on him next. Age of the Primes Onslaught. Side to side, back to back, and front to front. And then finally, More Than Meets the Eye Collection 86 Optimus. So quick front to front, side to side, back to back. He's still taller, surprisingly. Well, not surprisingly, like he's a good figure though. But yeah, so that's all size comparisons. So thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you guys thought. Please make sure to leave a like and a comment if you would like to. If you would subscribe, I'd appreciate it. But thanks for watching the video. I'll see you guys next time, and have a good one. See ya.